Good morning, Professor. I don't really know how to go about asking this question, but this single-minded, relentless Inspector Javert-type pursuit of the woman with her $7 suggests a rather odd mindset. And your speculations about corporal punishment and electric shocks and all that equally suggest a rather odd mindset. And while you've been here, you have repeatedly gotten yourself very engaged in your own thinking, your own work, I think you used the word intellectual grapplings. If you get to be a judge, you are going to have real people as appellants and appellees with real problems, and you are going to have real law to interpret and make. And I guess I'm trying to get some kind of assurance against this backdrop of what I consider to be rather odd behavior, that you'll be able to see that real person and that real law and not just turn the bench into a platform for your own intellectual musings and explorations. Are you so far in your own head on these things that we'll actually be able to get through to you?
Senator, I promise you that I will. There is a difference one learns between intelligence and wisdom. There is a humility in growing from one's 20s to one's 40s. There is a learning that comes from running a Supreme Court clinic where over the past 8 years, I've represented a lot of little guys in David versus Goliath fights. Moms seeking child support, immigrants fleeing asylum because they're being recruited by Central American gangs or religious persecution, green card holders whom the government is trying to kick out because their lawyers misadvised them about the consequences of a guilty plea, homeowners struggling to keep their homes in bankruptcy against the second largest bank in America, the mother and father of a Green Beret electrocuted because a big military contractor didn't bother to bond and ground its wiring, and then saying they should have the immunity that the government has from lawsuits for their negligence. I look these people in the eye. I tell their stories. This is not an intellectual game. This is not being an academic. These are real people. I just published a book on access to justice this summer that laments how hard it is for the poor and the powerless to get a fair shake in a confused and confusing and expensive justice system, both civil and criminal, in this country. I promise you that if I am so fortunate as to be confirmed, and if I take that oath, I will do equal right by rich or poor, without fear or favor, without respect of persons, and keeping in mind that even that next pro se handwritten complaint or appellate brief could be the next Gideon versus Wainwright. It is not an opportunity to write a law review article. Justice Jackson, who was FDR's right-hand man, said, "The robe changes a man, or it should. It's going to require some grace and some work, and you have to grow into it, but I fully intend to embrace that change."
Do you understand that it's really not going to be about you?
Exactly, absolutely. I have to be humble enough to realize it's not about me. This is not about being proud or having an exalted office. It's about serving. The reason I accepted this nomination is because I was taught in this great country that's given me and my family so much, when you're asked to serve, you serve, and you serve for other people who need that help. I've been blessed to clerk for Judge Higginbotham and Justice Kennedy. They worked with lots of real people in practice, and they conveyed to me that sense of caring about the practicalities of implementing the law, of looking at the people it's going to influence, and not just treating this as an academic exercise.
Well, my time's up.